Alright, how do you want to start this off? Welcome back to the broadcast. This is The Black Table. I am one charming man, joined by the archive, Josh. Hi, everybody. I totally forgot to turn on the lights. I'm turning on the lights right now. Hold on.
You should probably, you should do that.
It's just so fucking hot. Okay.
I'm a little hyper today.
You are. Great week. Great week for you. Tell the camera why it's a great week. Go ahead. Long story short.
First episode of Black Table.
Oh, yeah.
I would say was a success.
Mm-hmm. Definite success.
Yeah.
Definite success. I will say this. Great week, man. This is a great week. Great week.
Also, I'm pretty stoked because I'm actually sitting comfortably this time.
Yeah, dude. Like we were talking about this, and you're set up and everything. Dude, this is the setup you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Now you're comfortable
and
intellectual. That's a recipe for sexiness.
And I don't have water this time. I have Arizona.
Yeah. So it's gonna be really hyper today, guys. So topic. We discussed this after the podcast last week. We were talking about what we're gonna do this week. And this time we went with a pretty easy topic, I think. We went with a breezy topic this time.
Yeah.
Our favorite comedies of all time. Good God. Comedy movies, dude. We were talking about before this podcast, we were having a discussion, and I asked you the question. Do you think that comedy is the most accessible genre for all audiences? You said action, right? You want to elaborate on why?
You said action. I said, because...
No, you said action.
You
said action.
No, because I thought you said, was it the one of the most accessible genres?
Oh yeah, right.
And I was like, yeah, I think comedy is one of them, along with action.
Okay, yeah.
And then you argued that action is more accessible.
No, not as accessible.
Oh.
Yeah, not as accessible because
because
there's a lot of people I think that are like, oh, I don't like action movies where there's a lot of violence and stuff like that. But I don't think there's anybody who says, oh, I don't like comedy movies. There's only people that are like, oh, I don't like those kind of humor in my movie. I think that's like a thing, but I think comedy as a whole is so accessible.
Because like action is like in its own bubble.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you either like action or you don't.
Pretty much. When it comes down to it.
And there's different genres of like different subgenres of comedy.
Of comedy.
There's romantic comedies. There's
Rom-coms.
black comedies. There's dramedies.
Yeah.
Comedies.
Like and there's like parodies.
Yeah.
No, don't forget Scary Movie 3, the only one that made my list.
It's the only one.
That's the only one. I really like that one because the 8 Mile bit. That's so funny, dude. I thought that was so funny, dude. Like he throws up on a guy on the toilet. Like I don't know. It did it for me. It did it for me.
I forgot about that.
It did it for me. Okay, so I thought we could start off with some of the older comedies. Work our way up to the future because I hate to say this, but a lot of the good comedies I think exist in the last 20 years.
Like the most iconic.
Yes. Okay. And I think that's because of the fact that we have more of a liberated cinema than we did back in the 1970s, except for like Mel Brooks films, which you're a huge fan of.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, I haven't seen Young Frankenstein. I have not seen fucking Blazing Saddles. So you want to go ahead and give me your favorite of Mel Brooks movie and why?
Blazing Saddles, probably.
Still to this day, people say that movie wouldn't be made. I think it would be made, but with Childish Gambino as the black dude.
But like it's the
some of the jokes.
It's a lot of the
language.
jokes.
The language. Yeah. The language is what it is. Not even the jokes. I think it's the language.
Yeah, that too.
Hey, where the white women?
Hey, where all the white women at? That's great. And Gene Wilder. That's like one of his best movies. I would argue.
He's one of the comedy goats.
Yeah. I think he's great. He's great in that movie.
Yeah, definitely.
The Waco Kid.
I need to see that movie, dude. I really need to see that.
I can't believe you haven't seen it.
The thing is that Mel Brooks films have just like, I saw Spaceballs and I was so like whatever about it.
Okay,
but it's kind of dated though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of dated. So
it kind of is.
I guess that's the only real movie of his that I think I've seen. I was just like, okay, I'll check out his stuff later. It didn't impress me enough for me to like be like, all right, I need to check out his next stuff. But I know Blazing Saddles is like it's slowly risen on my queue of movies I need to see. Absolutely soon.
Young Frankenstein too. That's pretty great.
Oh
wow, that's so weird. We were talking about John Candy last week, and he's in Spaceballs.
Yeah, he's as the Chewbacca.
Yeah.
The parody. He has like a name, he has a stupid like name.
Yeah. I just remember the Yoda parody was yogurt.
God, dude. The most meta joke ever written in cinema history is when they fucking put the VHS of Spaceballs in and they're like...
Yeah.
classic.
When is this happening? It's happening right now. When's now? Now.
Wait, well, then what's this? It's like, oh god. Okay, so that's like 70s. Blazing Saddles came out in late 70s.
Well, Spaceballs. That was like 80s.
80s, I know. But Blazing Saddles was 79.
Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein. That had to have been like late 70s. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with something from the 80s then. And start off with some of the classics. Now I think it's by far, we're talking about comedy. I want to save a comedic actors for another episode. So I want to save that for another episode. But I don't think we'd be like making a huge mistake if we did not mention Bill Murray in this conversation. In the 1980s, he pretty much dominated the comedy scene, and I put down the 3 movies that impacted me the most: Caddyshack, Ghostbusters, and what was the other one I wrote? Groundhog Day. But I think that Groundhog Day is like 92.
Yeah, so have you seen Scrooged?
Yes, a long time ago.
Was that 80s?
I think it's literally 90s.
Shit.
I'm not 100. But, you know, same little era, you know, pretty much. I think that out of all these movies, though, Caddyshack is the best just because the ensemble cast, ridiculously talented cast. Ridiculously talented.
Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Murray, Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase, yeah. You gotta say Chevy Chase, dude. What's the... Oh my god, dude. I can't believe I forgot his name. It was like the other actor in that movie. He's like the other...
The other old guy?
Yeah.
The guy who's like, well, we're waiting. That guy?
I think, yeah.
I don't know his name, but yeah.
Fucking hell.
That guy's pretty...
So,
he's in some stuff.
Ghostbusters was one of the first movies I ever saw that I was like, okay, I can see why people like really, this is a legendary movie.
It's a fun
Ghostbusters,
movie.
very funny. I think it set a trend for a long time, like the whole like bending of genres, because it does kind of like make it, like I don't think prior to that time there was that many like let's mix like 3 genres together type movies. I thought that was like the beginning of like a new era for film. And Ghostbusters would go on to become the juggernaut it is. It got a fucking remake or remaster. Or,
I haven't seen that one.
I don't think anybody who likes the original series has really wanted to see that, you know? Cause
I know one guy.
Really? This is Ryan.
It might be.
It's the second time, Ryan. You need to get him on the show, dude.
He might have it on Blu-ray.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He does. Yeah, he does.
I wouldn't put it past
remember
him.
he Snapchatted it.
We really need him on the fucking episode, dude. Like, we'll have a heated discussion. It'll be right there. We'll move the table a little bit this way.
He can sit right fucking here.
Yeah, he crouched.
He doesn't get a fucking chair.
He doesn't get a chair. He gets to sit on the typewriter. Ghostbusters, it really hit me. I think, oh god, I forgot. It's Ivan Reitman.
Yeah.
Yes. Brilliant writer. He wrote it, right? I think he wrote and directed, along with
Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis, rest in peace.
Dan
Aykroyd, definitely a big part of that whole.
Ernie Hudson, I guess. But
it's still a great role. You know, I think that was one of the best lines ever put on film. Was like, "That's one big Twinkie."
Oh yeah.
That's up there.
What was that? What's that other line? Like, the next time someone asks you if you're a god.
He's just yeah. See, he had some of the best lines in that movie. So I gotta give
Winston's pretty underrated, I think.
Mad underrated as a character, straight up.
I don't appreciate Stranger Things disrespecting him.
How did they disrespect? I haven't seen Stranger Things.
Because so it kind of involves a little racism, because like the kids like dress up as like the Ghostbusters.
Oh.
And what's his name? Caleb, the black kid.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, we thought you were gonna be Winston. He's like, no, because two of them went as Venkman, and so it's like you were supposed to be Winston, and he's like, nobody wants to be Winston.
What the heck? Winston's cool. I wouldn't mind being Winston.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it.
Fuck it, I'm gonna be Winston this year for Halloween. I don't give a shit. I'll do it. It's 2018. It's about.
No one's gonna say anything. You're like, oh, nice costume. You're a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, no one's gonna notice Winston.
No one's gonna notice. Oh, totally went past one of my favorite fucking comedies of all time. It's 70s. Totally almost forgot this. Leslie Nielsen, Airplane. Airplane, I think, is one of the funniest movies of all time. A lot of it hasn't aged that well because of the way pacing works in comedy now, I think.
Yeah.
But bar none, I think that like Man, that movie's just so funny, dude. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is like a pilot who gets knocked out halfway through.
His co-pilot is a balloon.
It's so funny, man. Like, that movie has just so many gags, you know?
I know, yeah.
And there's, like, nudity in that movie, and it's rated PG.
Yeah.
How do you do that? I still don't understand it. When I saw the movie, I was like, wait, this movie has tits? What the hell?
Yeah. Speaking of Spaceballs, I think that movie was PG.
Yeah.
That was PG also.
And it has boobs at one point.
Yeah.
Different era, man. Different era. God, you know it's not a comedy? Sausage Party. That's just trash.
I haven't seen it. I don't know if I wanna.
Dude, like, as a stoner, it offends me.
Oh, boy.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Heading to, like, Airplane, Caddyshack, Ghostbusters, these are all, like, a part of that era, in my opinion.
I'm gonna keep saying it until you watch it. Watch the Kentucky Fried Movie.
You're gonna have to keep saying that every week until I see it.
But
after Slapshot.
Oh, yeah.
Just Slapshot.
I brought Slapshot.
Nice. And that's the one I'm gonna
That's
watch.
that's a comedy.
1980, a little movie about two brothers in a car, in black suits.
Mm-hmm.
The Blues Brothers.
Man in Black. Oh.
Man in Black. No, Blues Brothers, dude, so funny. I love all the cameos. Like B.B. King, what's your name? Aretha Franklin, Carrie Fisher. So hot, so ridiculously hot. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher.
I love how she's
legend.
credited in that movie.
It's like, yeah,
she's credited
as Crazy Woman or something like that.
Mysterious Woman or something.
There you go, Mysterious Woman. I was like, that's hilarious. You know, man, I got so much love for that movie because it's like, it's so fucking daring. The action sequences were like ahead of their time. They were like so physical. You know, there's no CGI. These are fucking metal cars just like ramming into each other, and there's like 100 of them. Mm-hmm. Such an amazing scope for a comedy. Yeah. The music was awesome. The pacing, it was like energetic the whole time. Yeah. And of course, we can't begin to talk about Dan Aykroyd and the great John Belushi.
I like great.
So for me, it's like, of all the things, that's one of like the best movies of all time. Just because of the music in it, because of like how funny it is, how like the impact of it ended up like being like that whole thing, dude. I love that movie, and it was actually one of the first movies I ever bought with my own cold hard cash.
Really?
That was one of the first movies I ever bought with cold hard cash.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I went to Target. It was a $5. It came with came with Blues Brothers 2000. Never saw Blues Brothers 2000.
I don't think you need to.
I saw like the first 10 minutes of it, and I was like, "This is gonna be shit."
I've seen enough.
Exactly. I was like, "This seems like a movie that was meant for TV or something."
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
I mean, it was direct to DVD, so in a way.
In a way, yeah. That sucks though. You see, I think like a Blues Brothers 2018 would be nice. If we had some of like the blues, like Gary Clark Jr., like some of the people that are like not fucking.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Imagine dude. There are people, dude. There are people that would.
I love Gary Clark Jr.
So underrated. He's so underrated. No one ever talks about him, dude, and he's so good.
For those who don't know, not an actor, he's a musician.
Yeah. Oh, Gary Clark. I forgot. Gary Clark, the '70s actor. Check out Gary Clark Jr. I think what is his album called? Like Into the Blue or something like that. Yeah. Great album, dude. Great artist. I fuck with the vision.
Oh, that's funny. Before we started this, we were talking about Chef, and there's a scene where he's like playing in that movie. He's like performing.
Yeah, at the end, kind of. No.
No. It was remember that scene where Jon Favreau has to talk to his son about how like it's like hey, you gotta go back to school. And,
okay.
You know, we you know.
Sorry, I just came up with the comedy, Jon Favreau comedy.
Oh.
We'll talk about it later.
Oh. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, but he's talking to his son. He's like, it's like, yeah, I know you want to keep working on the truck, the food truck, but you know, school's starting up soon for you, and we're gonna have to.
Yeah. But I don't want to go to school.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Gary Clark Jr. is in the back just playing with his band.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
That's sick. I didn't know that. Jon Favreau, dude, he gives like the best love to people, bro. I gotta give him props because he gives love, man.
Yeah, but we'll get to him later.
We'll get to him later in a bit. Oh yeah, we will. Because I just wrote down a spicy comedy that this movie I'm about to mention later, it did impact me. Not like Boogie Nights, but Paul Thomas Anderson will make an appearance on this list later on. Okay, so we're kind of in the 80s now. We'll stick to the 80s for now. Cheech and Chong, Up in Smoke.
What year was that?
That was like 78, but you know, they ended up doing more movies in the 80s and shit like that. So yeah. I think Cheech and Chong are the two most important marijuana fucking figures outside of Snoop Dogg. Icons, dude. Fucking cons, dude. And you can tell Cheech and Chong to anyone, they know who they are. Non-stoners, or stoners, like, they're legends. Untouchable. You can't touch their legacy.
Cheech Marin was in Lion King.
Never, with Whoopi Goldberg. And we couldn't remember the third one?
Nobody does. Nobody remembers Ed.
Dude, Tommy Chong, like, he's like the quintessential hippie.
I grew up...
70 Show.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I grew up with him.
Exactly. He helped us grow up. And he was like the most lovable character on that whole show.
I don't even smoke weed, and I appreciate him.
Love you guys. Cheech and Chong, I gotta give you guys so much love. Because as a kid, my mom used to shit on people that smoke weed. And then my dad showed me Cheech and Chong movies. And I was like...
I thought he was going to say he showed you weed.
And then he smoked me out. Yeah, but I don't know. I had a newfound love for people that smoke weed. I was like, oh shit, you guys are not assholes. You guys are just chill.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So, then, I can't remember the director of those movies. I'm sure there was one.
Fuck, I don't remember either.
But the musical sequences, the cameos, the importance of showing weed and how innocent it is, you know what I mean? Hugely underrated as a whole, I think the whole series. But they definitely have their place as legends, cinema legends, by far.
Uh-huh.
I think I place Tommy Chong and Cheech Marin, and we need to start putting this on the screen, like a little graphic.
Uh-huh.
They have made the God tier.
Ah.
Yeah. I'll have like a little like, woo, you know, a little harp.
The God tier.
The God tier. Who's on the God tier? So far, it's Cheech Marin, Tommy Chong. I'll say right now, Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Those are our three right now. Those are the starting three.
You can that's what we have so far. We'll add more
as we go. Yeah, as we go. Those are God tiers for sure. You can't touch those legacies.
John Hughes, God tier.
Definitely God tier. But we gotta have a director's one too.
Macaulay Culkin. God.
Just cause Home Alone. God, dude. All right. Let's see. Okay. Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
Raising Arizona. Now, when it comes down to comedic timing, I believe that there are almost none other like the Coen Brothers because their dialogue in all their movies is funny.
Yeah.
All of their movies, the dramas, the romances, the thrillers, the horrors, they're all funny. Like they all have a funny part.
Yeah, like if there's anything they know how to do, it's how to give their characters dialogue.
Oh, dude, they're so fucking talented at writing. I'm No Country for Old Men. I had my friend, my teacher at Columbus. He was he's in the academy, and they send him scripts to like for his consideration, and he has them rented out. Like you can read them in his class.
Oh.
No Country for Old Men, by far one of the best scripts I've ever read in my entire life, dude. It fucking flies off the page. You see everything in your head. It's fucking amazing, man. Amazing.
No one else but Javier Bardem could play.
And that stupid haircut. I think that scene when he's like, call it. That's so funny, dude. Guys like, I don't understand. What do we call it?
Call it.
Just call it.
Just call it.
And he like swallows.
Oh yeah.
Just call it. It's like, oh shit. The other Coen Brothers movies is Raising Arizona.
Uh-huh.
That's the first one. I saw Raising Arizona in high school. Shout out to Lars Hansen, who's showing me that movie. Mr. Hansen.
I never had him.
It's too bad, dude. He's a living legend, dude. Big Lebowski poster. Drama 6 period. God tier. Lars Hansen. And so then Raising Arizona, man, that shit's so funny. I thought the gags in it. I thought using trying to have a family as like a weird way to play off of that southern feel. The way they shot that villain, what's his name? The guy who's in the motorcycle. He has like a name like Bone or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
He was fucking dope, man. I thought the way that movie was shot was so good. One of my favorite shots. And by the way, that girl would end up going on, I forgot her name, the actress, but she would go on to voice Miss Incredible, right?
Holly Hunter.
Thank you. She was so gorgeous in that movie. Her face was like flawless, and I remember the one scene where they get married, and Nicolas Cage is like, I do, and then they cut to her, she's like, I do, and I was like, oh, she's so gorgeous. Gorgeous. The next movie I want to mention, by the Coen Brothers, which probably is the GOAT when it comes to comedy movies. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, I know. Hail Caesar.
It's Inside Llewyn Davis.
I do love Inside Llewyn.
The Big
But
Lebowski.
it's The Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski. It might be the funniest movie of all time. Josh, why do you say it is? Why do you say it isn't?
Because
if you were to say, you mean both sides?
No, I would say
it is.
I love The Big Lebowski.
Okay.
I can't talk enough about The Big Lebowski.
You can't quote. There's no movie that's like more quotable. There's no movie that's more like. I feel like nothing is like The Big Lebowski, dude. Like on a whole other level, it created a whole religion. A religion.
Literally, yeah, dudism.
Dudism, and I'm actually thinking about practicing.
Yeah. When I first found out about it, I was like, I am no longer atheist. This is my religion.
This is it. This is what I've been waiting for.
Because the dude is in fact real.
Yeah, he's based on a real guy who apparently does the same like shit, which is hilarious. I just think that it's hilarious that a guy out there exists that's like the Big Lebowski, like the dude. You know, for me, I think what makes it so dope is that every single actor and thespian on this piece of fucking art was stellar in their role. Whether they were in it for 5 seconds or in it for like the whole movie, everybody showed up and was absolutely hysterical, dude.
You know a movie's good when you can make Tara Reid look good.
Gosh, dude, I have this group chat for like the Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
There's so many memes about her, like like it's just like, oh, like when you can't find a job and stuff like that. I'm like, you guys are messed up.
But yeah, let's list it off.
Okay.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges. Philip Seymour Hoffman. I had to name him first. Rest in peace.
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
Steve Buscemi. Fucking Peter Stormare.
John Turturro. I gotta mention my boy Jesus.
Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore, who is so amazing in that movie. Riveting. God, dude, whoever that guy is, that's like, I kill your car.
I kill your fucking
Oh my
car.
God, dude, the guy who's like, it's already the 10th, dude. Like, in the whole movie, like, everybody acted so well in that movie, dude. Like, everybody killed it, dude. I even love when he's like, I need you to come to my show, and he's like, dude, that was fucking.
Like, that's all it is.
Funny, dude. It was so funny. Larry, dude, is this your homework, Larry? Is this your homework, Larry? The stupid scene with the fucking the funeral home. Oh, it is our most moderately priced receptacle. Is there a Ralph's around here?
Is there a Ralph's? He's a fucking Folgers can.
The fucking yeah, what's his name? The Stormare, yeah, Peter Stormare. So funny, dude. The fucking stupid nihilists.
That movie is so fucking quotable.
It's so quotable.
Well, cut off your Johnson.
Cut off your Johnson. Yeah, his girlfriend lost a toe.
It's not fair.
Fair! I'll give you fair. Oh. Yeah, Big Lebowski. I think we can say right here at what I think we're like at 20 minutes or so. Go comedy.
Yeah.
I don't think anything touches the Big Lebowski. And like one of my friends told me a while ago that if you show the Big Lebowski to somebody and they can't keep their attention on the movie, then they're dumb.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Pretty much. Oh, they're not dumb, but you know, like bad attention span. You know.
No, they're dumb.
No, they're dumb.
They're dumb.
There's no way. There's no way.
Donnie's been shot. No shots were fired, dude. He's having a heart attack.
Oh my God, dude! That whole movie, dude, is so fucking funny. They did not receive the money, Lebowski.
Where's the fucking money, shithead?
Oh, it's down there somewhere. Oh, dude, that whole movie. One of my favorite shots is the Ralph's opening sequence.
Yeah.
When he writes the check for 69 cents.
Sam Elliott.
We forgot Sam Elliott, dude, the stranger.
Do you have to use so many swear words?
The fuck you talking about?
The fuck you talking about?
Oh, you got a nice sarsaparilla. Dude, man, he was so good in Ghost Rider too.
He wasn't that.
Don't forget, he was awesome in that movie. He was like the old Ghost Rider who didn't have a motorcycle. He had a horse.
Yeah.
My time has come.
Wasn't he
to
like
an
the
end.
original Ghost
Yeah,
Rider?
he's like, my time's come to an end. You need to take my place as Ghost Rider. Oh, dude, we need to do a Ghost Rider, like a fucking something about Ghost Rider. Whether we watch it and we react, or we have like a.
thought you were just gonna say dedicate a BT to Ghost Rider.
To Ghost Rider.
Let's just talk about Ghost Rider for an hour.
Is it good? Yes.
It's like that. Did you watch Community at all?
No. I saw one episode. Paintball episode.
Oh. Well, they have like 3.
I saw all 3 of them.
But they're all great.
They're all great.
But like, there's an episode where Abed takes this class, and it's specifically Nicolas Cage, good or bad.
Oh wow.
And like he gets like so like enthralled in his filmography and who he is as an actor that he starts acting like him.
Wow. They did a whole episode on this? Jesus.
Yeah. And like it made me question, like, is he good or bad?
I think Nicolas Cage, he's like,
I think there's at times where he's so good he's bad, and there's times where he's so bad he's good.
I think he's like
Raising Arizona, unequivocally, he's good.
Face Off?
Face Off?
Half and half.
Half and half.
Half and half. And then there's movies like Wicker Man, where it's like, okay, too far.
Like, that's the most Nicolas Cage he could get.
Yeah.
Kick-Ass, I would say he's good.
God, he was so... I forgot about that role, dude. Big Daddy, bro.
Yeah.
He dies, dude. We need Kick-Ass 3. We need Kick-Ass 3. I don't
know if they're making a Hit Girl spinoff. Because I know for like the graphic novels, I think they made like.
I know the graphic novels.
Did I finish my? No, I did not.
Ooh. Okay, we talked about the Coen Brothers, and that turned into a conversation about Nicolas Cage. That's like we're still in like kind of on the 80s, so there's a few more movies that I wanted to mention.
I mean, Big Lebowski's 90s.
92, so yeah, we're almost there. But there's a few more movies I wanted to mention. Of course, there's the classic Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more of a family movie, more drama.
Yeah, probably.
But I think it's pretty funny.
It's pretty like situationally. It's pretty funny.
That's why I think it's definitely deserves to be in the conversation. At the same time,
am I leaning back too much?
No, you're fine. Cool. I just think I have to fix the framing a little bit, but
that's fine as long as I'm in the show.
Also, I can fix the frame in post.
That too. Movie magic.
Oh yeah, that's when we'll add some CGI in here.
It's movie magic.
The Room probably up there too. We'll talk about The Room. We'll get to the 2000s. I want to get to the 2000s.
We may end up just dedicating a BT to that.
Yeah, to Tommy Wiseau.
I like how I'm already abbreviating the podcast.
BT.
Like when I text you today, like
BT.
Or no, yesterday, you're like, what time are you gonna be here? I'm like, oh, I assume you're talking about BT.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What else? Dude, it's our job now. You know, eventually, I think like around 50 episodes, I want to have like other like celebrities on there. Mark my words. T.J. Perkins.
TJ
Perkins.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, you guys were talking on Twitter.
Yes, so. Dude. He always replies to my shit on Twitter. Him and Marty the Moth. They need to show up here, dude. I
would love to do a BT with Marty the Moth.
I almost played Fortnite with him. I almost so close. Oh god, that'll be another episode. Okay, Back to the Future. I think it's a comedy. I think it counts. Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap. So fucking funny. And I think that a mockumentary is still ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Because I think even now, if you were to show Spinal Tap to somebody, I think they'd be like, "What? This is a band?"
Yeah. If you told them nothing about the movie,
no context,
nothing about Spinal Tap in general, and also make sure they do not watch Better Call Saul because Michael McKean is in that. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So that way they won't be like, "Hey, isn't that the guy?" No, they have to go in completely blind. You have to
Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap. Is God, dude, that movie. It's funny on a whole nother level. It's like funny, like it's because this shit happens. You know,
yeah.
Like Ozzy Osbourne like crying. Oh, dude. That whole movie, dude, like the satire on like the industry, you know, like the music industry,
yeah,
just stuff like that. Like
that movie's pretty quotable too.
It's pretty quotable. It's like, how much darker can it be?
And it's like
the answer is none. And it's a one-word review. Shit sandwich.
Shit sandwich.
I really like the cover for Shark Sandwich, dude. I think it looks fucking dope. Shark swimming in a sandwich.
More like shit sandwich.
Oh my god.
This one's called Lick My Love Pump. I love the one where it's that dude's girlfriend, and like they're discussing about like how to record their next album or whatever, and she's all like, it's like, why don't you guys just record it in doubly? And everyone's just like, what the fuck is doubly? She's like, and they're like, she means Dolby. And they just close it on her face, looking all embarrassed, and she's like, oh, I fucked up.
I forgot that scene, dude. That's fucking hilarious. That whole fucking movie has so many jokes that like go over your head the first time you watch it.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's so subtle.
Yeah, it's such a subtle comedy, and that's why I think it's also up there. It's one of the best, dude. God, we still haven't even cracked the surface because these other ones on my list, dude, are just like I have so much to say. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the 80s and 90s. When it comes to the late 90s, I do have a few more that I want to mention. Okay, so I'm gonna say some names. Wayne's World.
Oh yeah.
Hella funny. I think that's another quotable movie. Very quotable movie. It still holds a lot of weight today. Some of it has aged a little bit in terms of like, in terms of aesthetic quality. You know what I mean? Like the way they dress every now and then. It's like kind of like.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I think it's still a lot of it's still pretty funny today. One of my favorite like sequences is when it's like, wait, what are we doing? We have tickets to Alice Cooper. Oh, dude, that's fucking hilarious.
It's like the only Saturday Night Live bit that worked as a movie.
And dude, MacGruber.
Oh, MacGruber.
That's okay.
That's
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can fuck with it.
It works. I think it would have been better off as like a YouTube movie, but yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Besides that, nothing else has really worked.
Mike Myers is definitely a legend. We'll get into his impact as Austin Powers a little bit later. In the 90s, just running down some of these 90s movies, we mentioned Jon Favreau earlier. I want to mention it right now. Swingers.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. Vince Vaughn, his best role by far. Wait.
Huh? What else would we? Maybe Wedding Crashers?
Yeah, he's pretty legendary in Wedding Crashers. I liked him in that movie with Jennifer Aniston. The Breakup. Oh,
really?
I like that movie.
You know what he was great in? Rudy.
Oh, shit, dude. I forgot he was in Rudy.
Yeah.
But what movie was he in? No, I like him in Anchorman.
West Mantooth.
Dude, he's so fucking funny, dude. Like, he's got a beef with everybody. Like, he's fucking funny, dude. Like, yeah. Anchorman. I didn't write Anchorman down. I gotta write Anchorman.
Yeah, once we get past the 90s,
we'll get past. Oh yeah, Will Ferrell's gonna be on this. I mean, we'll get to that. 90s, Yo Boy. This is Yo Boy right here.
My boy.
Oh, Yo Boy. Kevin Smith's Clerks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Yo Boy right there. That's Yo Boy.
I fucking man.
What movie is it that I just mentioned right now that I was gonna write down?
Anchorman.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah. Clerks. I mean, Clerks 2 is pretty funny in its own right, don't get me wrong. Yeah. Mallrats is pretty funny, don't get me wrong. But I think Clerks is like, dude, you can show Clerks to anybody. And I like the original ending.
Oh.
Like, it's shot in the face, dude. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Because he doesn't own a convenience store, you know what I mean? It would be perfect irony. Yeah. I think that we would have had a much different Kevin Smith career if it wasn't for the ending. I think if he had gone with the ironic
ending, if he had gone with that ending, he wouldn't have made Yoga Hosers.
Oh, man. And let me tell you, he's one of the worst directors because of that, right?
I'm probably, I don't know. It's a funny joke. I'm not going to do it every week because I know I made that joke last week.
I think we kind of make it a gag.
Is it a running gag now?
It can almost become a running gag. Until Ryan comes down here and we have a smackdown. And then it's like, the feud is ended. The feud, it didn't have to come to a boil, you know what I mean? Gosh, what's the last Kevin Smith movie that dropped?
I think it was Yoga Hosers.
No way.
I think it was, well, he was making, cause like that's like part of like a weird trilogy thing. Like it was Tusk, and then it was Yoga Hosers, and I think he's making
yeah.
There's another movie.
Tusk was the last one I remember.
There's another movie he's coming out with. I think it involves a bear.
God damn, Kevin, what are you doing, bro?
Hey, you know what? He's still busy. He's like directing episodes of The Flash and.
You know what he needs to do? He needs to get healthy. Is what he needs to do. Cause man, he almost died, bro. Kevin Smith almost left this earth,
he almost died recently.
I'm not down for that, dude.
Me neither, dude.
Like what the heck? Especially how like iconic he is, dude. That'd be a huge loss to the community.
But he made Yoga Hosers.
Shut up, Ryan. We hate you, Ryan. This is the I Hate Ryan podcast. Don't worry, I just accidentally moved it a little bit.
There we go.
Yeah, Kevin Smith. I wish he would do more.
Mallrats. I love that movie.
Mallrats is definitely really funny. Chasing Amy is not very funny because it's sad. I mean,
it's more.
It has comedy in it, but Dogma's pretty fucking funny.
Dogma's I love Dogma, dude.
It's pretty fucking good. Chris Rock, dude, underrated. You know, like Silent J. Oh, is it Jay and Silent Bob? Sorry.
Yeah.
Strike Back. That was pretty funny. I think that's one of the few movies that's like, oh, this is stupid humor. I really like it.
I was worried that you didn't like that one.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you know, because it's like, I'm not a huge fan of like stoner like comedy.
Because I admit, yeah, it's a pretty stupid movie.
It's a pretty stupid movie, and it doesn't really go anywhere, but it's funny.
Yeah.
I like what I do like is the parts where like they're like, what's up with all these idiots on the internet? Like, that's pretty funny. Yeah. That's pretty. I like that like running good.
Because of that movie, like now the quote, Ben Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms. Like that's now a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that movie. We need another Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. We need a second one. Strikes Back Again, I think.
Oh.
I think now would be a good time. Bring back Will Ferrell for the Mountie, or whatever he was. Oh, so funny.
Yeah,
dude. Okay.
We need to stop the clit.
Oh my god! And who played the chicks?
Eliza Dushku.
And there was one that was like a '90s like actress.
Shannon Elizabeth.
I think that was the one, the blonde one, right?
No, that was Ali Larter.
God, that movie, dude. Do you think Scooby Doo is a comedy? That live action one? Rowan Atkinson was in that movie.
I think so.
Rowan Atkinson, dude.
I don't know.
No, I can't do it. That's like too stupid, dude. Like Shaggy's like a literal stoner. Like, oh, so dumb, dude.
Oh my god.
He's like smoke coming out of his stupid fucking like van.
He meets the girl and it's like her name is Mary Jane.
That's like my favorite name.
I wonder why.
Hardy har har har. Oh, we smoke weed. Oh.
This movie's for kids.
Nudge nudge nudge. Marijuana use.
Hey, credit to that movie though. It's because of that movie that that guy that played him, that played Shaggy, after Casey Kasem died, he took over the voice role.
Wow, he was pretty good as a voice. I thought the whole movie was well casted, for the most part.
Yeah. Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid cast.
And Linda Cardellini.
Who's way hotter than fucking. Oh, who's way hotter than they made her to look. She's fucking bomb, dude.
Oh my god.
You think anybody's gonna ever watch this podcast and hear us? Like an actress is gonna be like, ugh. Or maybe like.
Well, it's not like I said anything smutty.
But like still, like, do you think? I don't know. If I was watching this, I'd be flattered. I'd be like, oh, the handsome bearded gentleman.
I love Linda Cardellini. If you happen to be listening.
If you happen
to be watching, I love you.
I love you.
I adore you. You were great in Age of Ultron, despite the fact that Kevin Smith talked shit about it.
God, you listen to this podcast a
lot? Sometimes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, we're going back to the topic. 90s movies. I'm working my way up from like the early 90s to the later 90s because there is like a weird like kind of shift in tone.
Yeah.
Fucking Friday.
That's your pick for number one. Oh, not just your favorite, just greatest.
It's my favorite. Big Lebowski's probably the greatest of all time, but Friday number one for comedy. I think, dude, Friday's so fucking perfect. Like the fact that it's set in one fucking street. Yeah. The fact that Chris Tucker went from like a nobody to like pretty much the quintessential like actor for the early 2000s.
Yeah, was he in Fifth Element before or after Friday?
That was after Friday.
Okay.
Dude, I think fucking Chris Tucker, dude. Friday was so funny, and he didn't even show up in the sequels.
No.
He was replaced by Mike Epps.
Day.
Still funny.
He's still
Still funny. Not Chris Tucker though.
But yeah, I mean, you need Smokey.
You know what I love about Friday, dude, is the coloring. The colors in that movie, they're so bright and warm.
Yeah, dude. Like every time I think of Smokey, I think of the color purple.
Was that stupid shirt that he's wearing and the hat? Like,
yeah, he's just wearing
such
purple.
An iconic fucking his stupid car that like stalls, dude. It's like an old Mustang. It's like all fucked up, and he pauses the car. And he tries it stalls and he tries to park it and he puts his foot out and it like does a thing. I keep on moving the light. And it's like, oh my god, dude! I thought that was one of like the funniest things ever.
What's up, Big Perm? I mean, Big Worm.
What, Big Worm? Like I like the part with the Mexicans and he's like, get the hell on out of here. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
What happened? Why aren't you cool with the Mexicans anymore? Man, some weird shit happened. Flashback. He's like in the pigeon coop. Like.
Oh, I just because his fake Spanish is what gets to me.
Shut
the fuck up. It's like, what the fuck is this? It's Angel Dust, Holmes. And then he starts freaking out. And now he's like running away everywhere.
The soundtrack was so good, and it was so important to the hip hop community. Mac 10 has one of the best songs on there, dude. Relaxation, chasing, mind-boggling, hallucination. I fucking love hip hop. I love fucking Friday. The soundtrack is so good. Shout out to J. Cole. He had Lil Pump for his interview, and he had in the middle Friday the vinyl.
Oh really?
In the background.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, next to a bunch of other like hip hop vinyls and shit like that.
Right, but like that's what's. Yeah, that I would assume that sticks out.
My
that's
dad,
how good. I guess that's how good of a soundtrack it had.
It's so good, dude. It's so good, and man, from start to finish, I had that soundtrack on CD. Fucking love that soundtrack, dude. It was really good, dude. Even Friday by Ice Cube. The whole fucking soundtrack, dude. Nia Long was gorgeous.
Yeah, I was about to mention Nia Long.
So gorgeous, bro. So gorgeous.
See, we're not being dirty or sexual.
No, she's gorgeous.
She's
and a very talented actress.
Very talented. I saw Fresh Prince.
Staple of the 90s.
Yeah.
And the 2000s.
She still looks fantastic.
She still looks fine. Black don't crack.
That's so weird, dude.
Hmm.
So, like, we were talking about Uncle Buck, like the TV series.
She's in it?
Yeah, and Mike Epps.
What the hell?
Yeah, Mike Epps is Uncle Buck, and Nia Long is the...
That makes sense. Wait, oh my god, I think I saw that advertisement for this, and I was like, what?
Yeah, didn't last long.
That's a bummer.
But still, like, dude, Nia Long...
Could still get work.
Yeah.
Definitely still get work. Good for her. Staying relevant. Where were we? Friday. Okay, so Friday was definitely one of my favorites. I had to mention that one. Almost done with the 90s here as we're rounding off the end of it.
I don't think it's on your list, but can we talk about Dazed and Confused?
Oh, I didn't write Dazed and Confused down, but I'll write it down. Go ahead, tell me a little bit why you put Dazed and Confused on here.
Because that movie is what gave a lot of people
their start
to their careers.
Ben Affleck, Matthew McConaughey, director.
Richard Linklater,
who would go on to make
He's one of my favorites. Arguably my all-time favorite.
I can see why he's your favorite. He seems like a Josh director.
Yeah.
Up there with Kevin Smith. He's your boy. Dude, Dazed and Confused is so iconic for multiple reasons. It's coming of age.
Yeah.
Totally. We're talking about John Hughes being the innovator of coming of age. This wasn't even like this was coming of age without having to tell you.
And this was like a period film. Like this was this was in the 70s. Or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
70s. Like everyone was wearing like jeans and shit. Like, the opening sequence is what I remember the most from the 70s parts because they look a lot like Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah. What's the song again? I know it's Aerosmith, but I'm forgetting. Sweet Emotion? Is that what it's called?
I think. I hate Aerosmith. I
can understand why.
Thank you. And I have a hatred for Guns N' Roses as well.
Me too.
Fuck yeah, dude. I hate Guns N' Roses. No! Every song. No! God, dude, I'm over it. Only thing was, I liked Welcome to the Jungle as the trailer song for San Andreas. I was like, for
that's the
GTA.
only song I really fuck with.
Oh, I think that's the only song everybody fucks with. My dad used to fuck with that song. I don't know why he's being mentioned so much. He showed me a lot of movies in the 90s, I guess.
Oh, but I like, what was that movie that you said that you bought with your...
Blues Brothers.
Dazed and Confused was the
first movie you bought.
First movie I bought with my own money.
Wow. Do you recall the first CD you ever bought?
First CD?
Yeah.
Slipknot, All Hope Is Gone.
Lil Wayne, The Carter 3.
Really?
Hell yeah. What do you mean? Look at me like, really? Man, fuck you. Lil Wayne's awesome, dude. Like, Lil Wayne's awesome. How are you gonna say he spit fire for like 4 minutes, dude? The pencil I leak on the sheet of the tablet in my mind because I don't write shit because I ain't got time. That's how good it was. That's how good it was, dude. That's how good it was.
I would argue that's how bad it was.
Wow. How dare you?
Uh-oh.
Overheating.
I think it's permanent.
I guess we have to like chill. I have another light though. Oh no, it's not.
We're because
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Dazed and Confused, definitely up there.
I watched that movie so much in high school.
It's so quotable too.
I watched that movie 2 days in a row.
Are you cool?
Are you cool, man? Like how? Okay.
I don't know why I really like that one kid who would go on to be in Friends as he dated like Rachel, and he's like, "What the fuck, you wanna fucking fight me?" he turns his shirt off in the forest.
Oh yeah. Dominant male monkey motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, that was so funny, dude. I like that whole scene.
Yeah, his character name in that movie was Clint. I do remember the actor though.
I do remember the actor. I remember him he actually played Chandler's roommate in Friends.
Yeah, I remember him.
That's what it was, and he was like a pain in the ass. He was always like, he was just a pain in the ass to Chandler. That's definitely up there.
See, that's how much I love that movie. Is that
you know the characters'
I know
names
the characters
before
names.
The actors' names. Now that's rare for the archive, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
that's rare for.
I don't know the actor, but I know the character name.
Definitely. But I gotta say, dude, like it's funny that you mentioned that movie. I gotta mention a movie that really hit me when I was in high school. Office Space.
Mike Judge.
There's
another comedy.
Judge. I think Mike Judge.
God tier.
Most definitely. Even if he had just done King of the Hill.
Yeah.
God tier. But then no, he did Idiocracy. He did Beavis and Butthead. He did Office Space, and he just keeps going. Now he's doing that one show,
Silicon Valley,
and that show's pretty fucking good. So I mean, damn, like he is such a legend, dude. He's a workaholic too. I think about it, never really stopped.
Yeah,
been non-stop since like the 90s. Wow, props to you, Mike Judge. Jennifer Aniston was in that movie. Ron Livingston, who's now kind of a joke in the film industry, unfortunately.
He was in The Conjuring.
Yeah. He gets roles.
He gets
roles, man. He gets roles. I think what resonates with me in Office Space is the fact that it shows every single point of view in the American workplace. The person who's disgruntled and disconnected, the person who is just trying to make it, the person who is at the top of the food chain, you know, the person who's just who's too squirrely to even deal with life.
The asshole boss who just uses you.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like the abusers, the middlemen, like everybody's shown in that movie. In fact, one of my favorite scenes is when that one guy, he's like, I forget his name, but he tries to kill himself, and he fucks it up, and like his wife finds him or whatever, and like he ends up like he's like, oh, I just wanted to live, so he backs out of his fucking house. He gets into a crash. He's like got this stupid wheelchair. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get a huge settlement. And then he's like, check out my map. And you see that? Jump to conclusions, Matt.
Office Space is so great, dude.
It's so funny, dude. Like, it's so funny. I think that movie, the reason why I think it hit me so hard as like a kid.
Why should I change my name? He's the one who sucks.
Michael Bolton. What's his name? Yeah, he loves rap. And then like a fucking like black dude like pulls up right next to him. He's like, turns down the Tupac. And this die motherfucker. So many classic imagery.
That printer scene has been parodied
so many times.
Yeah.
Office Space, dude, is so legendary. It's so legendary. Milton, yeah, if you can go ahead and move down to the base, that'd be great. Gary Cole, he will be mentioned later on in this podcast in one of my other favorite movies. Gary Cole's actually one of my favorite actors. Just because he's not in a lot, but when he's in something like Talladega Nights, he's fucking notable as fuck, dude. I think he's just notable as fuck. So we're almost to the end of our 90s phase. I want to get it over with already. Rush Hour.
First movie I ever saw in theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't recall the first movie I saw in theaters, but that's a good one. I think there's very few movies that are as universal as Rush Hour. I think you cannot speak English and you'd like Rush Hour.
That introduced me to Jackie Chan.
It introduced North America to Jackie Chan. Before that, it was just like Rumble in the Bronx.
Oh God, dude, can we have a BT where we talk about
Jackie Chan?
Jackie
or
Chan.
Martial arts?
Martial arts in general.
Martial arts films. Yeah, we'll do that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That'd be like one of the goats, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's a good BT right there. That's a juicy BT.
Dude,
right
my
there.
New York accent just came out.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude. Fuck yeah, dude.
And yeah, chopped cheese.
I don't know.
Let me tell you right now.
I sound more Canadian, actually.
Really? You know what I was trying to do? I was trying to do Christopher Walken voice the other day. I ended up doing the fucking Mad Hatter from fucking Alice in Wonderland.
Like the cartoon?
Yeah, like yeah, you're so silly. And like I was like, you're so silly. You know, like there's like a weird like once you do it for too long, trust me, it'll come out.
No, I can hear it. It's just that Mad Hatter has a lisp.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Definitely a Rush Hour. Brett Ratner, one of my favorite movies of his. He wouldn't go on to do much else, to be honest with you, except for some 90s films, like some action films. I think he did like Gone in 60 Seconds. I think. Don't quote me on that.
Oh.
I thought Chris Tucker, again, one of his best roles. Yeah, of course, Rush Hour 2, Rush Hour 3, they will all be pretty funny too. But, I mean, Rush Hour 1, dude. I thought, like, Juntao, the script, like, the way it ends at that stupid museum. The plot is just so ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It makes no sense on a gazillion different levels. But it works. I don't know why, one of my favorite lines of all time in that movie, he gets out of the liquor store, he's like, I got you a bean and cheese burrito, and he's gone. And of course, like, Jackie Chan getting into a fight with a bunch of black dudes at the pool hall, dude. Classic.
That's like one of the scenes that you should show to anyone just introducing
like cinema.
Jackie Chan, because Jackie Chan is just known for like using any object he can find,
and that's what he does here.
Yeah.
The pool cues, the pool balls, the fucking the lights, the chandeliers, the tables, the stools.
That's classic Jackie.
Dude, he's such a legend. I cannot wait till we do that podcast because I want to talk about so much about fucking Bruce Lee and him and Chuck Norris, even Michael J. White, fucking Donnie Yen.
We can talk about The Raid.
Oh my god, I have to see The Raid. I've only seen like half of it. I know.
I have both movies.
After Slapshot, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I promise. Let's see. Where was I? 90s. Okay, Rush Hour. Yeah, we're just about done talking about Rush Hour.
Yeah, Rush Hour is like...
There's not much you can say about it. I think it's legendary for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. It's good in the right way. Like, it's like easy for you to tell people why it's good. Because it's funny. Jackie Chan kicks ass in it. There's like a lot of like scenes where they like practical like fighting. You know what I mean? I like that shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty well written. Like for pacing wise. Like, even though it was cliche as hell.
It's
like,
a fun movie.
Chris Penn. He's so underrated in that movie. Right? Sean Penn's brother.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's C4. He's like, I'm not playing with him. No, he's my cousin. He's just playing. I'm not
playing. Chris Penn was in Reservoir Dogs too.
Yeah, dude. He was
He was like the boss's son.
Nice Guy Eddie, right?
Yeah, Nice Guy Eddie.
Nice Guy Eddie. That's actually one of my favorite roles from all of Quentin Tarantino's like films.
He's good in that.
He's really good in that. Stop pointing that fucking gun in my dick!
Yeah, the Mexican standoff, dude. That's where his character shines for me.
It really does. He was really good in that movie, like intensely good. Dude, Reservoir Dogs, man, fucking props, man. These are little random props to Reservoir Dogs. All the actors in that movie just killed it, dude. Eddie Bunker, fucking Steve Buscemi, Harvey Keitel. The Wasp is trying to get into my room right now. It's a little scary.
What are the chances that it gets in here?
20%.
20?
Yeah, be honest with you.
I'll risk it.
Okay. Let's get past Rush Hour. We said what we
I think we're heading into the 2000s now. So.
Now let's finally, let's get, I think I have one more. Hold on.
Do we?
I just wanted to talk about Falling Down. The Michael Douglas movie.
Yeah, I'll let you go off on that.
I have a little spiel about Falling Down. I watched Falling Down a few months ago. No, now it's been like a year and a half ago. I watched this movie, Falling Down, and it resonated with me like no other movie ever did. To me, it felt like it was very... it stayed true to what is going on with the underlying mental health issues of the America. And the pressures that the society will put onto the back of a human being. And to see the deterioration...
It's actually topical.
Exactly. It's still topical. And I think it has more relevance today.
Yeah.
And I get past the whole, like, it's my last day on the job. You know, like the cliche. I get past the whole cliche because I see the message behind the movie. And it's like, it's so stupid. Like, Michael Douglas, they shoot at him and they miss. And it's like, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
So for me, I think the message of the movie is fucking fantastic. One of the most important parts that you guys have to watch for in that movie is that his wife knows the signs of depression, doesn't care. Doesn't care. She's just, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear from you. while he continuously is like, I just want to see my daughter. I'm just trying to do better. And she doesn't do anything to make anything better. She escalates it to no end, brings cops over to the fucking house and everything. Makes everything worse.
What a bitch.
Very important movie, I think, Falling Down. The reason why I bring it up is because after watching the movie, I went up and I looked at some of the critical responses to the movie in the 90s. And what I saw was, frankly, disturbing. A lot of critics said that it was a black comedy. This was not funny.
There's nothing fucking comedic
There's
about
nothing
it.
funny about it. There's only one funny part in the whole movie when he accidentally shoots the ceiling at the fucking Burger King or whatever, like the fake McDonald's.
Right.
That was the only part. It was like, I just want my hamburger. Like, I thought that was pretty funny because it was situational. But the idea of someone falling down is not funny.
No.
It's not funny at all. Especially because that shit happens, dude. Like shooters.
Yeah.
That shit really happens. And, you know, it's funny because it wasn't an issue in 1993 or whatever it came out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't as seriously talked about as it is now.
Falling Down has more weight now than it did then.
Rest in peace, Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain.
Fuck, man. Don't get me started, dude. Bourdain was like a hero to so many. That fucking frustrates me, dude. That frustrates me. I hate those people that were like, oh, he's an asshole because he knows people loved him and he just killed himself. I'm like, bro, that's not what it's about, dude.
Yeah, like...
We'll get to that. That'll be a whole nother podcast.
It's a movie podcast, but like, you know, because like these types of topics are personal to me.
And I think they also hold weight in films and cinema because mental health and reflection of society's problems is definitely a big aspect of film, which is why I think calling Falling Down a comedy is dangerous.
And that type of topic can be used expertly, not glorified.
Exactly.
Like a certain show on Netflix.
Like a certain show that has a number that starts out with that is garnering a lot of attention and getting a third season because everybody likes that mentally damaging television series. But let's go back to the 2000s here, as we're talking comedies. And I want to start off with something... I mean, technically Austin Powers started off in 1996, but I think Goldmember is my favorite one of the trio. Do you think that Austin Powers deserves a spot on this list? If not one movie, then the whole series.
Yeah, man, I would say it's a cult classic.
Yeah, it's a cult classic. Austin Powers. I think everybody quotes Austin Powers. Everybody.
I give. What was the name of the sequel?
The first one was International Man of
The Spy Who Shagged Me.
The Spy Who Shagged Me.
That introduced me to Heather Graham.
Damn.
And I'm so happy about that.
Damn, she's still pretty hot.
Roller Girl.
Boogie Nights.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a comedy?
Some parts.
Black comedy. That's a black comedy.
That's a black comedy.
That's a black comedy because it's like it's not funny when what's his name?
William H. Macy.
Damn it! Let me come up with the name. I almost had it. I was like, he's in that stupid show, Shameless.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I hate you.
On the archive, it just happens.
Yeah, that's what happens when I'm with the archive. I have to be faster. You know,
Yeah.
It's training. Like him committing suicide in that movie, you know, definitely like not funny, but.
Yeah, after killing his wife, played by a real life porn star, Nina Hartley.
Wow, I did not know that. Oh wow, the more you know.
I'm very lonely.
Is Mark Wahlberg? Was that his like first big role?
Yeah.
First big role.
It
right?
was, yeah.
Was this after he was Marky Mark?
Yeah, like immediately after.
Wow. It's such a good vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely that movie's up there. 2000s, like Austin Powers definitely deserves a nod. Mike Myers, definitely a legend. I don't know about God tier, but he's up there.
Yeah.
He's up there.
He's well known. He's made some good stuff.
Definitely one of you know, he fucked up his whole career with The Love Guru, and I hate that movie because the Toronto Maple Leafs are in it.
And the LA Kings.
You guys had the Maple Leafs.
And the LA Kings.
What the hell? Justin Timberlake was in that movie.
Yeah. He played for the LA Kings.
Jessica Alba was in that movie.
LA Kings.
God, dude.
LA Kings.
No, Kings. Kings.
That affected both of our hockey teams,
It
dude.
really did. It really did.
Hey, at least Mike like recognizes how bad of a movie it was.
John Oliver was like the silver lining of that movie. Just because you see him and you're like, holy shit!
Oh yeah, because he was like still a Daily Show correspondent.
A correspondent. He wasn't even a host yet.
Yeah.
Props to John Oliver. You made it, John Oliver.
Yeah, you did it.
You really did it. So Austin Powers holds a thing. The reason why I hold Goldmember, you say The Spy Who Shagged Me is yours favorite, right? That's like your
I wouldn't say that was my favorite.
Okay, which one is it?
I was just saying it, like it was impactful because I introduced
okay.
Heather Graham.
For me, it's Goldmember because of Beyonce. I like her. I like the little music parts that she shows up. I like Foxy Cleopatra. I like. I don't know why, but Goldmember. I just had it on DVD as a kid, and I used to watch that movie all the time.
Was the first Austin Powers is that the one that has the scene where he has the cart, but he's trying to like?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, that's my favorite, just because of that.
That scene is pretty fucking classic. It's pretty classic.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Let's see. Fuck, dude. We might have to fucking do a 2-parter. We're running on an hour already.
Are we?
Dude, we're running on like an hour and like 20.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people we haven't talked about.
Holy hell. There's still a shit ton of people we haven't talked about. We have to do a part 2.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2. Okay, so what do you want to end this at? We're kind of in the Okay, we'll end this with the 90s, and then we'll do like a post-2000. And we'll count Austin Powers to be in the 90s side. Yeah. Because the series started
Yeah, we'll start part 2, just go into
off
2000s.
Yeah, straight up 2000s.
There's so many comedies in the 2000s.
Yeah, you know, in hindsight, yeah, I'm glad. We can put best comedies pre-2000s, best comedies post-2000s.
Yeah.
So.
But first, like, just to keep within the 20th century, we did not talk about Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Coming to America.
Or Chris Farley.
Coming to America. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Mm-hmm. There's definitely a lot of movies we didn't mention because they're like goats, but they're not our favorites. That's the whole point. They're not our favorite. Trading Places. Some Like It Hot. Charlie Chaplin films. You know, I think that there's a lot of movies we didn't mention because they're not our favorites.
Yeah.
But
we recognize like how iconic they are.
Yeah.
Within comedy.
But when it comes down to it, I think that
these are our favorites.
These are our favorites.
We're not necessarily discussing what are the best.
No, these are just the favorites, and if this will happen to be some of the best.
They happen to be some of the best.
But when we're talking about like the
not
best,
to toot our own horn, but
no, most of these are pretty like I think most of these are really watchable for a lot of people.
But yeah, these are our favorites.
Yeah, I don't. Let me see. Check my list one more time.
George Carlin was in Dogma, so I guess that.
Yeah. Yeah, we pretty much got all the 90s guys out of the way. Let me see. Yeah. Scary Movie was released in 1999. I have Scary Movie 3 on my list. That's pretty funny. I thought Scary Movie 3 was pretty funny. Leslie Nielsen. He's the president of the United States.
That's crazy because since we talked about Airplane, like Leslie Nielsen like wasn't considered a comedic actor up until that movie.
Yeah, he was a serious. He was a
serious actor.
He was a serial actor. And we didn't even mention Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Naked Gun, which is pretty funny too, but O.J. Simpson. But no, Airplane is definitely the one. Let's see. Yeah, we much got a whole miles away. For the most part, yeah.
20th century, I would say, is pretty much covered.
Yeah, 21st century is gonna be our next one, as we'll talk about the next movies that the Coen Brothers would do. We're gonna talk about Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright.
We're gonna talk about Edgar Wright, Ruben Fleischer.
Yeah, there's a lot we still have to talk about.
We're gonna talk about a lot. Actually, I'm glad we're gonna do a part 2 next week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We have a lot more to talk about. Like I said, we're talking about Martin Scorsese next week. Next year. We're gonna talk about Will Ferrell next week. And we're gonna be talking about that's pretty much it. Oh! Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Yeah.
Juicy episode coming up next. So,
basketball.
Oh my god, I was thinking more Team America, but we'll see.
That too, but I love basketball.
Okay.
We'll talk about that next time.
Josh, before we end this here, Black Table, do you want to end with any comedies you think we didn't mention in the 20th century? You want to say anything else to the camera before we go?
Dumb and Dumber.
Jim Carrey, The Mask.
Yeah, a lot of Jim Carrey. Wow, how did we not talk about Jim Carrey?
Because I think The Mask is the only movie, and it's more of a weird drama action than it is a comedy. I think.
But Pills are good.
Oh man.
Pills are good.
What did we didn't mention too? Adam Sandler. Not one mention of Adam Sandler. And you know why? Because Click released in 2006.
Oh yeah, we can talk about it.
We'll talk about Click.
You know, yeah, we can backtrack with.
I think the only comedies from the 1990s when it comes to Adam Sandler that I really enjoy, my favorites.
Oh yeah, Mr. Deeds came out in the 2000s.
Oh yeah, Mr. Deeds was 2001.
So yeah, we could totally cover.
Yeah, I think Big Daddy's probably the only one.
Big Daddy.
To me, that's a cable movie. If it gets on cable, it's like all right, leave it on.
I have that on VHS too.
Nice, that's a good one to have on VHS.
Yeah.
It blew my mind when I figured out that kid was played by 2 people. I was like,
oh yeah.
What? When did they do the hot switch? Yeah. I think we mentioned just about everybody else. Yeah. Comedic actors. We didn't mention Jackie Gleason. Yeah, guys.
It's like a dancer. It's like he's
Corner pocket
playing a violin.
fucking love that movie, dude. I need to get that on Blu-ray.
Ace in the Side.
Well, that'll do it for this week's Black Table. This was the comedy episode.
That was the Black Table.
That was the Black Table. We'll be back next week with part 2 of our favorite comedy films.
Rest in peace, Chris Farley.
Rest in peace, Chris Farley.
I miss you every day.
Damn. Rest in peace, John Candy. Rest in peace, John Hughes. Rest in peace. Who else we mentioned died? I'll say Dan Aykroyd. No, he's still around. Harold Ramis.
Rest in peace, Harold Ramis.
Oh fuck. Yeah. A lot of people on.
Rest in peace, George Carlin.
Rest in peace, Rodney Dangerfield.
Rest in peace, Rodney.
He gonna tell you, he gets no respect.
Gets no respect.
I'm gonna tell you, he gets no respect.
Rest in peace, Richard Pryor. I forgive you for Superman 3. It's fine.
I don't forgive you. I thought that was awesome. I don't think you need to apologize for that. That was funny to me. Yeah, thanks for showing up again, Josh.
Anytime.
Thanks, Archive.
Well, every week.
Oh yeah, we'll be back next week, guys, with some more talking about comedy movies. God, we really could go on for fucking ever. Holy hell. Maybe this might turn into a part 3 too, dude. Like,
it might.
Lot, dude. There's a lot.
There's so much.
A month event. God damn. It's comedy month. Woo!
Comedy month.
Okay, yeah. That'll do it for the Black Table. See you guys later.
Honorable mention to When Harry Met Sally. That's my favorite romantic comedy.
Oh, my favorite romantic comedy is going to be mentioned next week.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Zoe Deschanel.
Oh.
Spoilers! Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.